Hi there again. This is the second of 5 videos I'm recording for you on the topic of confidence and related topics in advance of my programme launch, Lead with Confidence in Challenging Times and Beyond, in 20 minutes a day. Yesterday I talked about self-doubt and gave you some strategies to help you manage that self-doubt. And today we're sticking with that theme a little bit. It's around confidence, self-doubt, and the link to procrastination, because there is a link between self-doubt and confidence and procrastination. So first of all, let's think about the reasons you or I might procrastinate or avoid doing something. First of all, maybe the task in hand is boring, so we'll find something more interesting to do. Or maybe it's difficult, so we'll find something easier to do. Or there's a far more interesting, bright, shiny object on the horizon, so we focus on that instead of the thing that we really should be doing. Or we have lots of great ideas and we're not so great at implementing them. So what we classically call not a completer, finisher. But the most common, I find, surprisingly, is around fear of failure. Because if we don't start something, if we avoid it, then we can't fail at it, can we? So the first thing I think we need to recognise is our reasons for procrastination. Why are we putting something off? It could be any one of those reasons. And in my work, I have conversations all the time with managers who tell me I should be more proactive rather than reactive. I should be more strategic rather than being stuck in the operational. I should find time to do this project, but I'm just tied to my inbox and the tyranny of the urgent all the time. Or I should do it, but I simply don't have time. Now, you notice a lot of shoulds there, and we use this word a lot, and it's a real self-judging word about ourselves. So if you use a lot of shoulds, just notice them. So, what can we do to change this? Well, first of all, I think it's fair to say that it's much easier to stick with what we know and stay in that comfort zone. And it's much harder to face or think we face potential humiliation, rejection, getting it wrong, not doing a good job and not being successful. So that's one of the reasons why we might procrastinate, and it's linked to that fear of failure. So firstly, recognise your own reason and just be honest with yourself and don't beat yourself up, because that never gets you anywhere. And if you know that self-doubt is probably one of your reasons, or fear of failure, then do have a look at the video I recorded for you yesterday on the topic of self-doubt and follow through those 4 ideas that I shared with you. But there's just some other tips I've got for you if you find yourself procrastinating, and they are these. One of the things I find really helpful myself when I know I'm avoiding is to tell myself I'll just give it 10 minutes, and I start the task. And often when you've done 10 minutes, you've got stuck in and you can keep going. So that's a really helpful one. Another one is to be accountable, to state publicly what you're going to do and by when. So you can either do that in an accountability group, or you can have what people sometimes call an accountability buddy. So you might pair up with somebody and you're both accountable to each other each week for your various tasks or projects. The third thing, which I really like, it's a little bit different, is to channel someone you know who would just get stuck in and just get on with the task, and just ask yourself, if so-and-so was faced with this thing right now, I know he or she wouldn't procrastinate, what would they do instead? So those are some ideas that I hope will help you, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, how you avoid procrastination, or any other tips. So just post them in the comments box below, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Thanks for listening.